Imagine understanding what really differentiates the chosen ones from ordinary people. On the outside, there is no visible difference. The chosen also need to eat when they're hungry, sleep when they're tired, and take care when walking. They also face punishment if they do wrong. The truth is that we have all been chosen. It's just that many people have forgotten who they are. The difference lies in the intention and purpose of their actions. The chosen have a common purpose: to elevate humanity. They generally have a higher level of moral integrity, a strong sense of right and wrong, and are more spiritually aware and cultivated. They cultivate through meditation, upholding religious precepts or the moral compass, and can see beyond things, understanding the deeper meanings and purposes. They are willing to sacrifice themselves for their well-being and for the greater good, always putting the needs of others first. Spiritually, being a chosen one means being more aware and awake than others. This is reflected in the way you think, feel, and act, because there is a path to follow. A chosen one is selected to help their generation evolve and prosper during their lifetime, having higher vibrations than other humans. They are more awake, aware, and sensitive than most, possessing a deep sense of purpose that drives them to make a difference in the world. With an innate wisdom and intuition, they are guided on their path, while many follow the status quo. The chosen ones question, explore, and push the boundaries of what is possible. Most people maintain a fixed, traditional mindset, rarely questioning their beliefs. The chosen ones help their generation and family to prosper and evolve, possessing abundant energy because they have a high vibration, facilitating the ascension of humanity and the planet to higher frequencies. They suffer at the beginning of their journey because they prioritize others before themselves, thinking in terms of us, while most think in terms of me. In their youth, they trust and forgive too much, but learn to protect their peace and boundaries over time. As a chosen one, you're the kind of person who can't fake authenticity. If something seems wrong, you'd rather get out of the situation than fabricate your response. Dishonesty doesn't align with your character. It seems inherently wrong. This sets you apart from ordinary people, who often settle into uncomfortable situations to avoid conflict or to please others. While you find it difficult to connect with people who lack sincerity and who prioritize material possessions, indulge in gossip, or exhibit intimidating behavior, ordinary people can often find themselves engaged in these activities, seeking acceptance or social security. Their authenticity attracts others to their genuine nature, creating connections based on trust and honesty, whereas ordinary people's relationships can be superficial and based on temporary conveniences. Their presence illuminates a world often overshadowed by pretenses and falsehoods, and their commitment to authenticity is a beacon for others looking for genuine connections and truth. In contrast, ordinary people can get lost in masquerades and appearances, failing to experience the depth of true relationships. You possess a kind of falsehood detection system, an innate ability to discern a lack of sincerity in others. This ability to identify dissimulation from a distance is akin to a natural gift you possess. As a chosen one, this ability not only highlights your self-authenticity, but also your aptitude for recognizing authenticity in others. In contrast, ordinary people may not have this keen ability. They can be easily fooled by dishonesty or superficiality, often without realizing the true intentions of the people around them. Your gift allows you to navigate relationships with an eye for genuineness, fostering deeper connections and enriching your journey with profound encounters. This sets you apart, enabling you to navigate the complexities of human interaction with clarity and integrity, while ordinary people can find themselves in superficial or damaging relationships because they fail to detect the other person's lack of sincerity. You are not content to simply follow daily routines. While some people find comfort in predictable patterns, you always feel the presence of something greater, something beyond the ordinary. The idea of conforming and following social norms feels like a prison from which you want to escape. You understand that life is more than a monotonous job and society's expectations. In contrast, ordinary people often settle into their daily routines, finding security and comfort in predictability and established patterns. They can accept social norms and feel satisfied with the stability and familiarity of these conventions. This awareness awakens your desire to explore, push boundaries, and seek the depths of human experience beyond convention. You are driven by a longing for authenticity, meaning, and purpose that goes beyond the ordinary, pushing you towards a life full of adventure, discovery, and self-expression. On the other hand, ordinary people can be content to live within the boundaries set by society, without feeling the need to explore beyond what is known and safe. The limitations that seem to trap others in one place don't hinder their aspirations. You see the vast and extraordinary world waiting to be explored, a place far removed from mediocrity. As the poet Robert Frost said, "You choose the road less traveled, knowing that this choice will shape your life in unique ways." While ordinary people take the beaten track in search of security and familiarity, you venture into uncharted territory in search of a life full of meaning and purpose. You face great challenges. Many are called, but only a few are chosen. The chosen show unique strength and face the toughest battles. From an early age, you deal with adversity. However, these challenges have a purpose: to develop resilience and wisdom. On the other hand, ordinary people may not face as many challenges, or when they do, they may not see a greater purpose in them. They may feel overwhelmed and discouraged by the difficulties, without understanding that they are opportunities to grow. Going through dark and difficult times gives you the insight and empathy you need to help others in their own struggles. Her journey through hardship becomes a beacon of hope for those in need, inspiring them to keep going and find strength within themselves. While ordinary people may struggle to find meaning in their struggles, you, as a chosen one, turn your experiences into strength and guidance. Through your experiences, you become a light that guides others to overcome their difficulties and become stronger. In contrast, ordinary people may simply try to survive their challenges without finding a greater purpose. You make the journey lighter. Your trials prepare you to be a guiding light for those who are lost or distressed. The difficulties you face can spare many others from suffering similar pain and sorrow. By overcoming your challenges, you pave an easier path for those who follow in your footsteps. Every difficult moment, every pain, every trial, and every obstacle has a purpose. Nothing is in vain. These experiences strengthen your spiritual growth and give you the wisdom you need to help the world. In contrast, ordinary people can struggle with their trials without understanding the greater purpose behind them. They may feel that their difficulties are just obstacles to be overcome, without realizing the opportunity for growth they represent. Even in the midst of your own struggles, you find the courage to help others in their battles. Although you don't always realize it, you act as a savior and healer for them. Ordinary people, however, can be so focused on their own difficulties that they find it difficult to reach out to help others. In addition, your quest for truth and authenticity guides your actions and interactions. You don't settle for superficiality or falsehood. You seek true connections and deep experiences. On the other hand, ordinary people can accept superficiality and pretense, seeking only to please others or avoid conflict. Their authenticity shines through, attracting others and inspiring them to embrace their own truths. In a world that is often deceptive and illusory, your commitment to honesty and sincerity serves as a beacon of clarity, offering hope and guidance to those in need. Meanwhile, ordinary people can find it difficult to maintain this clarity and commitment to the truth, often being influenced by the illusions and deceptions of the world around them. Your journey is not just about personal growth. It's about lighting the way for others to discover their own authenticity and find fulfillment and purpose. Ordinary people can focus only on their own survival and well-being, missing out on the opportunity to positively impact the lives of others. You don't just care about yourself. You also act as a caregiver and benefactor, improving the lives of those around you. From a young age, you feel a burning desire to discover the truth. You're not afraid to question the status quo or challenge common beliefs. While many passively accept society's norms, you prefer to follow your own conscience and chart your own path. Your curious nature is always in search of a deeper meaning in life. Driven by a natural curiosity, you strive to unravel the mysteries of existence, recognizing that true wisdom often comes from within. On the other hand, ordinary people tend to follow established rules and norms without questioning or seeking a deeper understanding. They may accept things as they are, without exploring beyond the surface. You understand that true wisdom comes from embracing the complexities of life and the diversity of human experiences. Your openness to different points of view and your willingness to engage in dialogue promote empathy, compassion, and understanding among everyone. Ordinary people, however, can close themselves off to new ideas and points of view, staying in their comfort zones and avoiding confrontation with the unknown. As the philosopher Aristotle said, "Knowledge begins with wonder." This conviction fuels his incessant quest to understand his essence. While others may simply pass through life, you diligently explore its depths to understand it and yourself. You are different. Being the different one in your family is a sign that you are a chosen one. You've always felt that you didn't quite fit in. Sometimes you may even have thought you were adopted because of the great differences between you and your relatives. While they follow one path, you choose another. Perhaps your political views are divergent, or your worldview is unique and difficult for them to understand. Feeling so different can sometimes cause feelings of isolation or estrangement from your family. It's like marching to the sound of a different drum, where no one else follows your melody. Living in a world of your own among those who should offer comfort can be challenging. On the other hand, ordinary people often fit in well with their families, sharing similar beliefs and opinions. They find comfort in conformity and acceptance from others, without feeling the need to challenge the status quo. However, this difference also means that you are destined for something special, something bigger than just fitting in. Your uniqueness is a sign that you have a unique purpose and a vision that can lead to great changes. You have a natural goodness. Despite having experienced mistreatment or exploitation, you always choose to be kind and selfless. This comes from your pure heart, an important characteristic of the chosen. You naturally want to bring joy to others, often giving more than you receive. This isn't weakness. It's a genuine desire to help. Ordinary people, on the other hand, may respond to evil with bitterness or seek retribution. They may act kindly only out of obligation or expecting something in return. Your acts of kindness are not motivated by duty or expectation of reward. They arise spontaneously from your compassionate nature. Even in difficult times, you opt for empathy and generosity, believing in the essential goodness of people. Your ability to see the best in others, even when they don't see it in themselves, demonstrates your faith in compassion as a healing and uplifting force. Your kindness goes beyond simple actions. It is a principle that guides how you interact with the world. You strive to create a positive impact, touching people's lives with your sincerity and warmth. Whether it's listening, helping, or simply sharing a smile, you understand the power of small acts of kindness. You deal with the disapproval of others. Sometimes you feel nostalgic for a distant place, as if you belonged somewhere else. This longing is intense. You're not like most people, and you're not here just to conform. You're here to make changes and improve the world. Despite any attempt to deny it, this call persists. In contrast, ordinary people usually fit in well with society and rarely feel this deep need for change or belonging elsewhere. They tend to follow social norms without question, finding comfort in acceptance and conformity. Some people feel animosity towards you. Even if you are innocent, you may not be well liked. This can be disconcerting, especially as you are naturally good-natured. The root of this lies in the discomfort that your kindness and inner radiance cause in some individuals. They don't like you because your light reveals the darkness within them, the aspects they're not proud of. Ordinary people, on the other hand, often don't arouse these strong reactions. They can go unnoticed, without provoking intense feelings in others, maintaining relationships based on similarity and superficiality. As you evolve spiritually, your inner light shines brighter and brighter. Although many accept this, some may react negatively. It's important to understand that this isn't about you. It's a reflection of their struggles and insecurities. So don't let anyone dim your light. Keep being the amazing person you are and release the negativity. Ordinary people may not face these reactions because their presence doesn't challenge others in the same way. They take an easier route, without the same intensity of opposition. You have a strong belief in a higher power. Unlike those who ignore spiritual matters, you deeply respect the forces of the universe or God. You notice details that others may not. You understand that everything happens according to a divine plan. On the other hand, ordinary people may not give importance to spiritual matters, focusing more on what is material and visible. They may not see the connections and signs that point to a greater purpose. You are seen as a light worker, charged with spreading light and love in the world. Deep down, you know that this is your true mission. Because of this sacred work, you are guided and protected by higher forces. You don't need to fear anything, because you follow a path that has been carefully planned for you and you are never alone. In contrast, ordinary people may not feel this mission or divine protection. They may live without the certainty of a higher purpose, focusing more on day-to-day needs and challenges, without the guidance of a higher force. Your belief in a divine plan and your mission as a light worker give you a sense of peace and security that many people don't know. While other people face uncertainty and fear without this spiritual support, you walk with confidence, knowing that you are being guided and protected on your journey. The chosen ones understand the oneness of everything. They recognize that we are part of a single consciousness, the whole. They know that any apparent separation is an illusion, because everything is interconnected and interdependent. They understand that any action they take that affects another being or thing ultimately affects everything around them. On the other hand, ordinary people may not have this perception of unity. They see themselves as separate entities, focusing on distinctions and differences, without realizing the underlying connection between all things. The chosen ones know that their actions have a universal impact. They understand that every gesture, thought, or decision resonates through the web of existence, influencing the whole. This awareness gives them a greater responsibility in their actions and choices, because they know that they affect the entire universe. In contrast, ordinary people may not recognize the extent of their actions. They may act in isolation, without considering the wider impact of their choices, believing that their actions only affect their own immediate circle. The wisdom of the chosen ones allows them to live with greater empathy and care, knowing that they are part of something bigger. They act with the awareness that every move contributes to the collective well-being. Meanwhile, ordinary people can live focused on their own needs and desires, without realizing the interconnectedness that unites everyone. This understanding of unity and interdependence allows the chosen ones to navigate life with a deep sense of purpose and harmony, recognizing that everything they do has a knock-on effect on the universe. The chosen ones always speak the truth. They are essentially incapable of lying. They have learned that deceiving themselves or others is counterproductive to achieving their highest goals, so they have no interest in lying. Even if they tried, any attempt at deception would be easily detected by those around them. At the level of consciousness of the chosen ones, the ability to detect energy and vibration is highly enhanced. As everything is energy, matter, light, thoughts, emotions, any attempt to communicate something false would be immediately perceived. At this level, a being cannot communicate something false without radically altering the energy it is emitting. In contrast, denial and deception are normal among ordinary people. We often lie to ourselves and others and are easily deceived. Only by transcending the consciousness of separation, realizing that we are all expressions of the same consciousness, will we eliminate the need to deceive, avoiding all the associated negative consequences. For example, the violence portrayed in our entertainment and its connection to the growing violence in our society is something we often ignore. Movies, TV shows, video games, and even children's toys are full of violent images. You'd have a hard time convincing a chosen one that the constant stream of violent images doesn't affect children's beliefs, attitudes, and behavior. Humanity, on the other hand, often doesn't admit that the growing violence in society is linked to these constant images. Because if we did, we would have to act, and we feel powerless, so we simply ignore it. This pattern of seeing harmful behavior and not doing anything about it is a sign of immaturity. The chosen ones never hide from the truth. They always speak the truth, because they know that it is the basis of everything. The chosen have a habit of speaking the truth and following through on what they say they will do, whether for others or for themselves. Their actions always match their words. They don't say one thing and do another. Ordinary people, on the other hand, often say one thing and do another, ignoring, denying, or lying about it. Examples of this abound. For the chosen ones, keeping their word is a matter of honor and integrity. If they think they won't be able to fulfill something, they don't promise. If, on the other hand, they have said something and then discover that they can't fulfill it due to unexpected circumstances, they face the situation directly and communicate this to everyone involved. In contrast, ordinary people may promise something without thinking, and when they can't deliver, they prefer to avoid the situation or make excuses rather than face the truth. The chosen ones explain with humility and sincerity why they won't be able to fulfill what they've said. They value transparency and honesty, whereas ordinary people can hide behind lies or omissions to avoid conflict or responsibility. So, my friends, being chosen is not easy in a world where many go with the flow. The chosen ones live with a greater purpose, constantly reminding themselves that they are spiritual souls, not just physical bodies. Although they have faced many obstacles, this has made them stronger and spiritually resilient. At the end of the day, the chosen ones inhabit a higher spiritual or moral dimension, while ordinary people have not yet reached that level. It's worth remembering that spirituality doesn't necessarily have to be related to a religion and refers to awareness of one's role in the world, connection with others. In short, human existence in general. If you've identified with one or more of the qualities I've mentioned, congratulations, because you're already on a great path. Keep it up and dare to go further. I wish you a journey of much light, love, and happiness. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like it, and comment if this video resonated with you. Thank you for being part of this community.